Yeah. And I think Magnus was banned every game, so that hasn't changed. And Clockwork, well, he's been first picked by somebody in every game. OG have grabbed him twice, and now it'll be Navi that get to go with the Clockwork.
Yeah, I guess this is what we're trading back and forth, And well, hopefully we'll get ourselves a no-tail Oracle, because I'd like to see it. But
hey, that would be fun.
They did a game 3 last time.
What items did he build? Like, did he go Ags or like carry items, or did he just buy normal stuff?
Yeah, no, he went Ags. He went. Oh no, sorry, he went Bloodstone. That's right. I knew it was some big item. He went just Bloodstone into Lotus.
I always thought with Core Oracle, the Ags was like the thing, the hot-ish, but
I don't know if you need it when you think about it. Like, I mean, sure, you'll want it eventually, but it's almost more important to just like keep up the spam.
Just survive, just get the mana regen. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like that game was over pretty damn fast anyway, so.
Yeah, they were also able to pick Magnus, so. Seb got to play Magnus that game.
Oh, yeah, the 15-minute Ags on mid one, too, on the Monkey King. That's a pretty solid one. But, yeah, we'll see who's playing it. Is this Sox? Is it Soxa? Or is it No Tail?
I mean, one of the things you and I talk about with drafts, though, is once you win with a crazy strat like that, once you win with techies, then everybody has to consider techies a threat. They've got to use one of their precious bans on that hero, or at least consider it. So seeing this Oracle opener, even if this is just a regular position 5, no curveball at all, the nature of that game forces you to think a little bit, okay, could this be mid? Is this no-tail being no-tail?
When they do that. Right? Now they just pick Jakiro. It's like, well, who wants a 5 Jakiro and a 4 Oracle, or vice versa? Like, this isn't that great. But is this a Seb Jakiro now? Right? Oh, geez. I don't want a Core Oracle versus Spectre, though. That sounds bad.
Yep. This basically the exact same drafting strategy, but the other way. It's Navi that are going to get to take the big, scary carry early on. Now, how will OG handle this? What's their secret formula for dealing with Spectre? What is Seb saying right now? Pick me Centaur. Kill the Spectre. I'm very curious what OG think is the weakness of this hero.
Johan, do you really want to play Oracle? Yes. Okay. Then we need heroes that actually kill Spectre. I have to go like, I don't even know. Viper and Necrophos. Sounds awful. Yeah, I'm really assuming this won't be a no-tail Oracle, but who knows? It is interesting to see. I mean, they banned Terrorblade, Chen, and Morphling last game, so those are heroes that OG see as being like potential problems. That might give some insight into Navi to think like what they would consider. Like if that's an OG ban, that might be the similar heroes what they want to pick, right?
Yeah. Necrophos, that's the other big one against the Spectre. Okay, we're 2 for 2 so far. Two good ones.
I was surprised when that one slipped out through the last draft, but obviously Navi didn't feel like they could make it work.
Yeah, I think that was it. Just hard to mix in. Because Necro is not like this. All right, we picked Necro. The game's over for Spectre. You still have to have a good lane. You still need to get some momentum. Necro becomes food if he falls off too early. So I can understand the nervousness. Now Tiny taken out by OG. All right, so what did these bans indicate, Trent?
I think this is probably their support duo with the Tiny ban. To me, that kind of says like, all right, we can't get away with a support Tiny, really. We don't want to give it to you guys, so you can just like 5 the clock and 4 the Tiny. Because you can do that with Spectre for the most part. So that's what I see. I see 3 cores still coming out for OG, but again, who knows?
Well, they might not have made up their minds yet as well.
No,
they might make that decision later on in the draft. Also, reminder, OG, they'll have 9th pick, and Navi will have 10th pick, the final decider here in this draft as they think about their 5th ban. What is the last hero they don't want against Spectre? It's Monkey King. That's another great choice.
Yeah, that's also what they played with the Core Oracle, too, as we were just discussing, too. So they're just kind of thinking, like, what would enable that aggression where something Snowbally would work that well. The last time I can actually find them playing against a Spectre was 2 full months ago versus the Alliance, and they did indeed pick the Monkey King.
Okay.
That was their counter pick, too.
Does Oracle still have 100% win rate? I'm pretty sure I saw Theben tweet that the other day.
Yes, he did as of yesterday. That's a great question. Didn't he?
And
He
I've
lost
lost
last
track.
game.
Did he win out
right?
today?
He literally just lost last game. So,
Oh yeah. All right. So was that Oracle's first loss? That's the question I should have asked there.
I don't know. I guess I can check.
No, he
Is that what
lost
you're
in the
asking?
series earlier. Game 2, VP Prodigy. Liquid tried to play it, and they also lost.
Oh, yeah,
It's been a
it's
bad day for Oracle.
I wonder if there's anyone who's still winning then. Let's see.
He's still 100%.
With many picks, Profit is 5-0. The next best is like Faces Void at 8-1.
Wow. 8-1. That's impressive. There's the Grimstroke, though, a hero we have talked about but not seen too much. Big fan of this support. Scales so well, enables these carries like Spectre that need a lot of time to farm to actually find some kills in the laning stage with the Inkswell, the Stroke of Fate. That's it.
Could be the Doom again too. At least comes into your head.
Yep, absolutely. Couple of combos.
Beastmaster still in? Oh, Beastmaster's still in.
Beastmaster is still in.
Seb Tree, Soxa, Jakiro maybe. And they really like this tree.
Treant in a while either. How's he feel these days?
Pretty meh, I think overall.
He's been mostly ignored in like all the games that I've seen.
He's a very player specific as well as like your team needs to know how to play around him. You need to recognize when Tree will and won't be at a team fight.
Yeah. I mean, his laning stage is still pretty good. The Brambles are really obnoxious if they're paired with something like a Jakiro that has some slow on top so you can't get out. The double slow's deadly. Obviously still hits really hard in the early levels. But always feels like this hero struggles in the mid game unless you're like really rolling.
Yeah, you generally want to like delay or have like hyper aggro with like Monkey Kings and stuff where you're also scouting out and setting up for these kills.
You're playing human ward. Well, on Navi, they pick up the Chen.
Oh, Chen Spectre.
Saw this game 1. Chen was banned in game 2 by OG, and now Navi will go back for it.
So that's a general clock then, probably, right?
It would seem so.
Unless he plays Chen, but I don't think he does. I mean, we've seen some offlane players that were willing to bring that one out, but I don't recall seeing a general Chen.
Is position 3 clockwork that bad? I think that sounds all right. The hero can do quite a bit with farm. You go for a faster Aghanims.
I mean, I think the problem is, what does he do at 3 that he doesn't just do at 4?
He gets items faster, so he can put more pressure on. You get Ags faster, so that timing in which you're doing just hard 4+1 with the Spectre comes quicker.
I would say that's true, but I think like the vast majority of his damage comes just from the...
I mean, I'm not really arguing he's an ideal 3, but I think if you're in this situation and go, okay, we picked him as a support, but Shen Grimstroke looks really good, we can move Clockwork to the 3. I don't think it's a huge deal. Like, I think he's fine in that role. But I agree, in a vacuum, he's more optimal as a 4. Clock with farm can kind of take over, though. He's pretty nasty.
Feels like they need some other cheeky hero here. Like some either tower pusher or a tower diver.
I don't know how I feel about Jug versus Spec. That's a really scary matchup. It's great if you're keeping tempo. If the Jug and Spec are even, I think Jug has a lot of options. You can build into great items like MKB. You can get the Aghanims. You can get all sorts of things to control the Spectre. If you really want to get Silver Edge, Jug can buy it. But once you fall behind his Jug, if you take a bad fight, one mistake, it gets so hard to recover against Spectre.
Yeah, this is not a 1v1 pick. This is a game style pick. This is like we want to play with Healing Ward and just win the game before you're relevant.
Exactly. So kind of high risk attached to that. If you can execute, the Jug looks busted, but can't make mistakes. Well, not a lot of them at least. Low margin for error here. The Beastmaster banned out, and then Kunkka Brood taken out by OG.
Those look like two pretty good laners versus an Oracle mid.
Yeah, I don't think Oracle wins either of those matchups. I can.
Well, that just makes me say that I think that's what they're going to do.
They haven't picked a mid hero yet. So what, you think that it's mid Oracle and then Jakiro, Treant support, and they're going to pick a Seb hero last? Is that kind of where your head's at? I mean, that seems to be what Navi's considering.
I think they just know that if they wanted to Healing Ward rush this game, that those two heroes would do it really well. So that does make a lot
Fair.
of sense.
Totally
I think
fair.
Mirana is still like possible here. Chen and Clockwork.
If they want to play fast, I mean, there are a lot of mids available. If it is the support Oracle, you could pick like like Lena, Razor kind of heroes. DP. Nature's Prophet, is he still in also? Yeah, he sure is.
Oh yeah, true.
It's the Bat Rider.
Okay. Guys, I think we're getting the mid Oracle. I think they want to ride or die on it. Although Soxa also plays a lot of Bat. This could be Soxa Bat and Seb Tree, and still be No Tail Oracle, that is, but
yeah, there's some flexibility here. There is a chance where I don't know why Navi would pick a hero that would lose to Bat mid, but OG still have that option. Now, what is it for Navi that ties all this together? They obviously need a mid.
yeah, I don't know. Just don't TA, because then they might Jakiro mid, which would be kind of funny.
No, I don't like TA. I do something a little more safe. Something like Puck-esque, some sort of control element, a little magic damage. I'd say something a little more mobile. Okay, they take Doom, so they go
have
back
Soulbind
for it.
Doom again.
Iceberg Doom again.
All right, we're in there. Let's go. All right, No Tail, wait.
So let's say we don't know. It is a Seb Tree. It's a Soxa Bat Rider, and it's the No Tail Oracle. Sniped it.
All right, let's go.
Let's see it.
I mean, they love the Soxa Bat. He is very good at it.
Yes. Yeah, he's played that a lot. Now, is this good for OG?
No, I can't go for this. I can't accept that this is okay. So I will go for Navi, but OG is what we call the 2-time TI champion and are extremely good at Dota 2. Now, mind you, there's only 2 of them here, to be fair.
Was just going to comment on that. We're 40% of the TI 2-time, so keep that in mind.
They're also very big brains of that stack,
Yeah. No, you're making fair points, my friend.
But no,
yeah,
I refuse to go for that. I have to go for Navi here.
And it's like not only that factor, but Navi have a pretty damn good draft. Like we know Spectre is a really good carry right now. She looked great in the last game. We know that Roger plays a really mean Chen. You've got the Grimstroke Doom combo. That's just an amazing thing to have at your disposal in the mid game. Potential for double Dooms. This looks like comfort zone to Navi for me. Okay, well, Always Want to Fly didn't get his Venge. So not complete comfort zone, but pretty damn close. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, the Roger Chen was just too strong. I'm into that again. I think it's going to be hard to deal with those Chen creeps this game, too. It's a lot on Socks. I feel like they had better heroes for it last time, and it didn't go that well.
It just seems like that OG are on such a timer. You are not going to win this late game against Spectre Doom, I don't think. Unless Jug is stupidly ahead or something, I think OG just have to close this out. This is the kind of game, too, where if they want to close it out early, that means Jug probably isn't going to go for Battle Fury, right? He'll buy these combative items like drums or whatever buildup he wants, SNY, that kind of stuff, which is great for that strategy of closing it out. But if they can't, then he runs the risk of getting horribly outfarmed by Spectre.
I'm just going to let them teach me in this game.
Okay. I see. You're going to pretend to be a play-by-play caster this game? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. I mean, what else can you say about a mid-Oracle, right? Like, you only have so much that you can go off of. You gotta let them show you why they're picking these heroes. Are they just messing around?
You're getting a glimpse behind the curtain here. You see, this is why analysts are addicted to data. They need to see the past games to have an opinion. Here, it's like, well, geez, anything could happen.
I gave you my opinion. My opinion is it sucks. But I would love more data, yeah. I mean, if I go by the numbers, they won with it. So it's 100% win rate from what I've seen.
I'm excited to see it. I can't say that I get it on paper. Like, what is it about Oracle mid that makes him better than any of the other heroes you could have put mid? Why don't we do Dazzle mid? What happened to Ancient Apparition mid? I mean... How about we go back to Shadow Shaman? How about Lion? I mean, all these heroes have about as much merit as Oracle.
I was actually hoping they were going to Shadow Shaman last instead of the Bat Rider.
I mean, that would have been sick.
Yeah. Isn't that a Han thing? And No Tail would have played that, right?
No Tail has played the equivalent of that mid many a time in his career, especially Heroes of New Earth. I think it was like viable for a while in Han. There might have been some small difference. The character's name was Polywog Priest. He was a frog.
Yeah, I figured that out. You know, my linguistic talents are quite ripe.
But can you imagine a anthropomorphic frog shackling you down, Trent? It was the great demoralizer.
Now, I always wonder why there wasn't a frog hero, and then I realized it's because we have Ice Frog. He probably thought that would be a little self-serving if he had a frog hero.
Too iconic, yeah.
Yeah, every time it was overtuned, you're like, oh, wow, look, the frog hero wasn't getting nerfed again.
Yeah, you become the team that picks the Ice Frog hero every game, and then he nerfs it. It's like, this is getting political. Uh-oh. The frog has come this far staying apolitical. I don't know that you want to mess that up now, Trent. He's had a good run.
Plan. He's going to throw the frog hero in and jump. Make it super busted. Good luck balancing this.
So, Doom mid, though. I'm keeping tabs, and Iceberg seems pretty fine. He's getting harassed a little bit, but so far, CS in his favor.
All right, so what does Oracle have? Really annoying with the Purifying Flames and combo.
Really good nuke.
Yep.
He's great at nuking creeps down. Like, he can snipe range creeps pretty darn well.
Yeah, very frustrating.
That's nice. Is that enough, though?
I mean, versus Doom, especially with like the big HP pool, it's probably not going to be that amazing for the other aspects. But there you go. Another hit in the range creep.
Bottom lane, V-Tune goes in, gets himself an Ink Swell, but takes a lot of damage in return. As much as you want to be aggro on the Spectre, that tree's got 2x your damage. You just can't go blow for blow with him until you get a few more points in that dispersion.
Were you watching?
So level 2, you can do the Purifying Flames into the Deny after just like one hit too. That's pretty cute.
Oh yeah, okay. That's a little something.
Because like right now he's gonna be like Purifying Flames, but Iceberg has the damage with the Quelling Blade. That's why he has to play aggro like that.
Well, now the CS is pretty even. No tail keeping up with
clarities and bottle.
Dire's courier has been killed.
How do you feel about Jug overall right now? Or, have I been too hard on the hero? I feel like I've been pretty negative about Jug picks.
He fills a very specific niche. I don't think he's like. Well, actually, he actually is kind of a good pub hero. I think still, just because of like his versatility.
No, not pubs. Yeah, I'm pro. I'm talking like you know.
For pros, I think he's healing ward based hero. If it's not about the healing ward, you shouldn't be picking Jug unless you're really gonna rely on like spin TP, but that's not this game.
Yeah, and even that's like. I don't know. I always look at spin TP as a nice to have, not a reason to pick the hero. Seb down bottom, finally first blood. V-Tune finds credit as they chase him down in the trees.
First blood for a Spectre.
Yeah, a little scary. How's that net worth looking mid? Doom up by a good 300-400 net worth right now.
Hey, you get so many last hits as the Oracle guarantee, but you also spend all on this mana too. Whereas Doom, like he's also last hitting fine.
Look at what Doom has. He's got mana burn, dude.
That is amazing.
That is
it costs
so
him
sick.
50 though.
Still, it costs 50 to burn 100. It's not amazing, but it is keeping No Tail at bay a little bit.
That is a hilarious counter.
It's just enough that it doesn't give No Tail that free range that he's hoping for.
Well, the problem though is that he has twice the mana pool as you, so you're basically evenly trading mana out, and you do kind of need it for Devour and stuff. But yeah, he hits them again. I know he didn't actually.
Knocked off the clarity.
Straight up out of mana. Oh, he's spending so much of it.
Pretty cool. Up top, Roger's got himself the Ghost. A nice addition. 25% slow on that.
He needs to just, run home? He pulls that one creep back and just straight, goes home for more mana. Okay, interesting.
Good news for Iceberg.
Oh, Sox has a ward there, but couldn't get the courier kill.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Down bottom now. Sox looking like he might fall. Always want to fly in V-Tune. Do secure the kill. Seb trying to find the counter. V-Tune low, but Seb not willing to dive for it.
Yeah, he knew he didn't have it.
2-0, both kills on Spectre at 5 minutes. And how did bounty runes go? One for Roger, one for Soxa, and two still standing. So looking like it'll go 3 for the Dire. assuming Jakiro gets both of these. Now back up top. It's mid one in trouble, looking for the high five as he spins away. Seb also dies in the bottom. Got our picture-in-picture here to capture all the action. Healing ward comes down. Jug is good.
Yeah, they jumped him when Soxa didn't have the Firefly ready, so he couldn't instantly go for a turnaround potential. It's now the V2 and the burn down gives him down to 30 HP. Dual Breath was 1 second away. Okay, V2's insane.
Sox with the pump fakes. He wants this range creep. He's like, yes, this is me. The value, dude. He gets both.
I can't believe he didn't stick around to try and go for that.
So are we still feeling good about this Oracle mid? Doom up by about 50% net worth right now. No Tail does get an invis to fill up the bottle, so that's nice.
Yeah, were we ever feeling good about it? I think we were tolerating it.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Are you
That
ready to
was
start
nice.
shitting on the Oracle mid? How about that? Is that better?
No, I don't think his lane matters that much in terms of, like, there's all kinds of heroes that would do pretty much exactly like this versus a Doom. I'm ready to watch his first rotations to see what that encompasses.
Yes. Okay, I see what you mean. So what a strange thing to say about the mid. We don't really care about the lane that much. It's like,
Well, versus Doom
Dire's middle
specifically.
tower
I
is
mean.
under attack.
yeah, it's sort of like that OD thing. Like, you know Doom's going to win the lane matchup. It's not a big deal. It's, you know, it's Devour. It's fine. It's Rune Control. It's the rotations. The strategic play that matters.
I think he's really under fire though. So yeah, you know, I'll shit on a little bit. It's too much. It is too much to give up as a mid hero, specifically.
Like, I'm more just afraid of the opportunity cost of giving Iceberg a completely free game, which is kind of what's happening so far.
Didn't
Yeah,
work
sure,
last game.
Oracle's been slowing him down just a bit. He's got 8 denies rather, but I think Doom's having a field day for the most part.
I mean, he was basically free last time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
This time they've got
denying.
Spectre instead of Slark, so I think if you switch the carries last game, it looks a lot easier for Navi.
Sure.
So,
That's fortunately not how drafting works, though.
right, I just mean that, like, Doom kept them in that game. Yes, he couldn't carry it. I don't think he was the problem. I think it was he couldn't make up for the gap in the
Dire's
Slark
middle
enough, you
tower
know?
is under attack.
Yeah.
I think Iceberg had a great showing. And he is level 7 now, so has Doom. Has the Purge creep, actually. Pretty heavy mana cost, but very good against Oracle. Saksa? He's going to die unexpectedly to Roger in the jungle. What the hell just happened there? I guess Roger caught him on low HP farming a
Dire's
stack,
middle
huh?
tower is
No,
under
he just
attack.
right-clicked him down for like 800 damage. With the Alpha
Okay,
Wolf.
my bad. I was not paying attention to that one. 2 fights now. Spectre down bottom, and also an engagement up top. It's mid one that's taking a lot of damage.
General,
Hook shot
no.
from General misses. Now they're going to use the Haunt, though. V-Tune comes in, tanks an Omni Slash. Not that deadly with the Chen creeps, but a blunder from Na'Vi.
Yeah, I think he felt pressure to go for it, even though there was the range creep. That's why it was like a weird angle. There's a range creep in the way.
Yeah. Well, victory for the Juggernaut. He's able to survive, and kind of awkward for the Spectre, who now runs home, and I guess we'll just TP back bottom. No, actually going to run bottom.
Yeah,
TP's on
Dire's middle
cooldown.
tower
Yeah.
is under
Oh,
attack.
TP'd home. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So, subpar. Not much has changed in the mid. Still a 50% margin. Also, Drum of Endurance out on the Doom. What's No Tail buying? He's still on brown boots, looking for energy booster.
Yeah, he went Arcane into Kaya Bloodstone before, because, you know, Kaya part of Bloodstone.
Yes. Yes.
Turns out.
For I do read the memos. Always want to fly, starting to get close to level 6. Both supports on
Dire's
Na'Vi
middle
a
tower
level
is
ahead.
under
Bat right in the Jakiro, both stuck at 4 right now. So that'll be a small power spike for Na'Vi. They should get these ultimates out a little more quickly. Like this medallion first on Roger as well.
Yeah, he did that last time, too. It just helps secure the Roche so easily for them as well. And now he has Purge into Centaur. Soxa might be dead. No, the slow's not enough to give him range to Purge. Oh, well, yeah, now he's dead.
Okay, they'll catch him. All right, Soxa.
And that was at the bounty rune timing as well, so that'll guarantee that he's not able to sneak around and grab any of the other ones.
Medallion is just such a value item. It's the Roche like you talked about. It's
Radiant's
also
structures
exactly the
are
stats that
fortified.
Chen needs. It's a really cheap, easy build-up. and it lets you kill people.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's everything you need.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Well, it
under
doesn't have a
attack.
heal.
Well, he's got
It
that
ain't-
already, so it's fine.
Yeah. Mech up next. Pressure on the tier 1 down bottom. Always want to fly. He's going to be in a sticky situation. Stuck in place. Compliment to the overgrowth.
My brush.
Easy pick as they will trade tier 1 towers. V2 committed back up top now with the team.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, looks like he didn't think the Soulbind could save him. It might have been close if he went for it, but he might just not want to waste the 100-second cooldown.
Yeah, it's a decent cooldown at level 1.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Soxa still looking for the recovery farm here. Hook shot in. General's got him. And he'll be put to rest once more. 0, 3, and 0 on this Bat Rider. Been very tough for him so far.
Yeah, and those are the first 2 kills for General this game, as he grabs them twice in a row. And that's what we always talk about when it comes to Core Clockwork, is this idea of getting momentum and snagging kills. And you look at someone like a Core Oracle, that seems a little scary. Like, at the minimum, he's just going to have to false promise himself. And then it's not like you can just start, like, purifying flames in other people, because you're going to be dying.
Yeah. Spec going for Manta Diffusal this game. Drum Manta into the Diffusal.
Man, Roger is in a very precarious spot right now if they spotted him. This would be dangerous. I mean, he is an obs, but there is no help coming. He's planted like someone else is going to come push mid right now. And it sucks to just put a sentry down and spotted him.
Doom's coming. They wanted to use the haunt for this, and they will. They'll jump in on tail. Doom comes out. No false promise. Think he's dead 100%. Lasso now onto Roger. Pulls him deeper behind the tower. Soxa with follow-up damage.
That was sick,
Sachka,
man.
rather. Now mid one. He's made the rotation, and he gets tethered. Great use of the Soulbond. Secures a kill on second core. V-Tune in pretty far. Now taking some decent damage, but he's got a lot of support. CF Navi can sound the retreat. The 1-for-2 trade. They're position 5 for the mid and the safe lane of OG, and it's not done yet. They're going to reinitiate. Close range hook shot. They want Soxa, and they'll find him. Sox on the run, but now Seb low. Battery assault, helping things out. He's stunned up. He's done. A 1-for-4 and soon to be 5. Sox also hits the deck. But wait, there's more. No Tail's back. Buyback coming in from the Treant. This is awkward. Respawns are coming, but OG need to be careful. Dotail does not want to die twice here in V-Tune. He's topped off. They're going back in for more. There's the false promise. No tail. Still sustaining. He is going to get the heal. Do they have the damage? He might pop. It's a lot of right clicks. He does pop, but it's not enough for the kill. V-Tune goes down to the Omni Slash, and it looks like Navi have overcommitted. Now the TP back from Always Wanna Fly, canceled and destroyed. Let's look at the recap on that one. I think still a victory for Navi.
It was. A couple of greedy ones, but I mean, they did get the XP gain on OG because of how that worked out, so it's kind of even in the end.
Yeah, the buyback on Treant is what hurt a bit there, but now the counter push.
That first fight was so sick too when they lassoed Roger and he just kept chain stunning mid one. He did like half or more of his HP just through that, and then allowed the easy cleanup from his teammates after.
Yeah. Potential battle in the mid, though. Navi, you want to defend this tower, and even V-Tune comes back in to fight with the Spectre. All right, trivia question for you here, Trent.
Oh, yay.
You ready? Let's test your knowledge. Why do Spectres buy Manta before Diffusal? Uh-oh.
Is it the Desolate damage?
That is a
I mean,
big
it's
part.
Also just...
It's also the value from the drums. Going drum Manta. You pop the Manta, you pop the drums, your illusions have Desolate, and they fucking shred, buddy.
Oh, I thought there was like something really broken about it or something.
Well, you are half right. It's the drums plus the Desolate. So we'll give you a half mark on that one.
Thank you.
But yeah, I made the mistake of buying Diffusal first the other day, and it feels pretty bad. You definitely want the Manta.
It doesn't really do much for you, right? Like, you think about a PL and how the Diffusal works, you're like, oh, this is sick. All my illusions are burning. And Spectre is like, well, I already have a slow, so...
Right. It's like Diffusal first on Spectre is sick. If you're just completely rolling your lane, you get a stupidly fast Diffusal, and then you can pick on, like, Crystal Maiden-esque supports that just can't run away from you. But if you go drum first, you definitely want that Manta right after. Betway odds favoring Navi right now. Doom again in the mid. Gonna go in onto the Oracle. No tail's done. Lasso. They are gonna find the Clockwork, but they'll lose Socks. still looking like a pretty rough fight for OG as No Tail buys back. Is anything going to come of this buyback?
That was a bit messy. It looked like it was a tower siege that just went a little bit too deep, but fine. I guess they get out. They take a big XP gain that time with another burnt buyback, as you said. For last time Tree, this time Oracle. And it seems like those are snowball heroes, so they really want a punish here of taking a tower themselves, and they will get it.
Yep, I think. Yeah, no defense mounted. Meanwhile, on the other side, Chase
Radiant's middle tower
for Roger, not going to be able to find him. Lasso's still on cooldown anyway.
You know, I really thought you were going to pull out some, like, bad pun. That was most of my confusion. Why does Spectre buy Manta first?
No, that was not some sort of dad joke. That was just a mechanics question. That was, I learned
you
that
really
yesterday
set it up.
and wanted to pass it on to you.
I see.
It's the small things, you know. People say, yeah, Diffusal Manta, just buy it. And then you realize, yeah, the Manta's the key.
Don't call alphabetical order. Got it.
No. Roger, he's going to get caught finally. This is a big invasion from OG. And they will catch him. Thoughts about Mid-One's build on the Jug? He went for this Mask of Madness, and now it looks like he wants the Battle Fury. And he's pretty close. He's about halfway to that Perseverance now. So seems like he's going to get away with this build, and I think that'll let him keep tempo against the Spectre.
Yeah, the only other item that you could see would be like some S and Y and stuff, but then you're like so locked into that initial timing.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're far enough ahead for that to be that good necessarily, where you're just like pure snowballing to the end. And even if you are ahead, you kind of want Battle Fury anyway, so maybe Battle Fury is just too good these days.
I like that he went for the Mask of Madness first, though. You know, he kind of kept his options open, didn't go all in on the super greedy choice. Was ready to fight if they needed it, and then got enough space to say, okay, Battle Fury is going to be worth it.
He might be dead here, though. He's spotted out.
He does not have a TP either. So, yeah, I don't... oops, gets caught inside the cogs, but... Yeah, without TP, there's basically no chance of survival. And they also had Doom anyway, so even with TP, looking pretty grim. Roger mid. Counterplay from OG, yeah. But obviously a good trade for Navi there. And this is before Jug has the Battle Fury. So these are really key kills that are going to slow down this momentum. Speaking of momentum, General has his first item. It's going to be the Orchid. Hello, solo kills.
I remember this being a fairly popular item when I first started playing Dota. General, like, he was a core, right? We used to see, like, blade mails and sometimes even armlet randomly.
Yep.
Bone 7, thank you. The lasso, though.
All heal from Chen. They're going to turn. They've got the Haunt. Iceberg with a BKB. They want No Tail, and I think he's dead here no matter what. But V-Tune is going to continue to chase. He's going to secure this one, and now they're going to look for more. This is 4 heroes of Navi. No Chen up here. Omni Slash bouncing around. Hits mostly creeps, but gets a last few on Iceberg, and that'll be enough for the kill. Now General here. He's going to show off this Orchid onto Socks, but that won't be enough for a kill either. Now Navi in some trouble. They're going to turn to retreat. Always want to fly. Likely to be the one left behind.
Yeah, they have damage issues until they have a lot of items in the Spectre.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to turn failed fights like that isn't going to go that well for them right now. Especially when there's an Omni that can just destroy Doom. And his armor is still pretty low.
Once he gets Diffusal, I think that's where Spec's damage starts to make big jumps. But yeah, for now, it's a bit rough. Roshan, they know, but without Doom, without Haunt, okay, OG's still a little timid.
Coming in.
You know, the more I look at this Oracle build, the more... Because I was saying how he'd have to, like, false promise himself, right? But because he gets the Bloodstone, he'll be able to ult himself, but then he can actually still deal damage, because then he can just pop the Bloodstone and start Purifying Flames against everyone, right?
Yeah, I mean, Bloodstone on Oracle is cool for that. It does have nice synergy with False Promise, but is it enough in a game like this where you're behind against a Spectre? I'm not sure. Hook shot available. Clockwork scouts things out. Roche at about half HP. Still these big cooldowns missing. Navi charging forward. It's Iceberg in the front. Oh, sidestep from mid one. The hook shot gets missed. Now V-Tune jumps in. They're going to focus in onto Socks. Nice soul bind. Buyback now on him. 5v5 again, but they're going to get Seb as well. No buyback there. Still gets off the overgrowth. And just like Na'Vi don't have cooldowns, neither does mid one. That Omni Slash still unavailable.
Sox? I think he's gone. That's an instant dieback.
It sure is. And Soxa on the other side, getting chased down, barely lives. Now No Tail going to be in trouble. Silence. V-Tune still in front. How deep are they going to go? Not that deep. Still a tier 1 standing mid, so this is a big dive. Big fight for Na'Vi. 2 deaths on the Jakiro there.
Now they hold Doom and they have them down, so they can Roche. They have Lasso as well, though, and the Omni Slash, but they also know that there's no Jakiro coming back. And Seb, his
no
is just a
overgrowth.
gold, right? Yeah.
The Roche does go down to
was
Na'Vi.
really fast. I looked away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bounty.
And now V-Tune's got a second life. This Battle Fury still isn't done, Trent. He just now got enough gold for it. It's so bad they've given him the Philosopher's Stone.
Sorry, now he hands it off.
All right, Battle Fury up. This is the beginning of the turn for mid one. Also, Blink Dagger on Bat. Big stuff for Soxa.
Yeah, nobody has a force, though, so there's no retreating after.
Seb's ult still down for a few seconds. Hook shot in. There's the Haunt onto the back line. Nice soul bind. It's going to catch No Tail. Sock's going to go down again as Na'Vi gets to the back of the fight. The Bat Rider in trouble, too. Not able to show off that shiny new Blink Dagger. It's a good ult from Seb. It'll help OG with the disengage. It only ends up being a support kill, but still Na'Vi, the dominant players in that fight.
No Haunt, no Manta. They should back up before mid one throws it beyond me.
Roger down. No Tail with the tip.
Whoa!
Lasso, he goes deep. All right, it's a nice support pickoff.
General tried for the hugest of plays to get the Orchid on him before he was able to lasso.
That would have been cool.
Well, itemization closing in for V-Tune onto that Diffusal Blade, where, again, that's seems like something that's going to be quite the problem for a Oracle core, as well as, of course, Sox already struggling this game, and then Sox on that Bat Rider. His Blink, not very valuable versus Haunt.
No.
Hey, at least it's not Radiance, though, I guess.
Yeah, that's a small step. Mid lane, we'll see this Orchid probably set up a solo kill onto the Bat Rider. Stroke of Fate going to help things out for an easy soul burn kill. V-Tune and Seb having a private party up here. (20-11). Things looking very good for Na'Vi. I'd say firmly in control. No Tail still pretty far away from that Bloodstone.
Radiant structures are fortified.
OG doing
It's
a good
almost-
job saving this tier 1 tower mid, though.
He's almost done AC on the Doom as well. Refusing to go for the Blink this time.
Yeah, I guess feels like he doesn't really need it. You know, they've got Spectre and Clockwork who can jump into the back line. I guess feels like overkill when he really just wants to get the stats, you know, beef up.
Yeah, I could see the argument either way, though, because you could also say, like, I get the guaranteed target that I want every fight because of the Haunt if I have Blink. Like, oh, there's Jug. Blink Doom.
But you're right. It just doesn't seem like he's been struggling to get the Doom off on the targets that he wants in most of the fights. You know, No Tail's been doomed more often than not.
That's a big old spike.
Yep. Diffusal up on Spectre, AC out on Doom. They'll smoke and look for a hunt.
Aegis for one more minute here, too. And that's the hero.
Hook shot. They found Jug. They've got the silence, so now Jug can't spin. General just soloed him.
Yeah, he could have spun TP if it wasn't for this Orchid build.
And now Oracle's going to pop as well. False Promise going to live up to its name. Beautiful. Yeah,
Nice Orchid
General
game.
showing us what the Orchid Clockwork is all about.
Yeah, and now mid one's just like, well, this is stupid. Like, that's what
Mid
my...
one's like, is he looking at this SNY going, huh, maybe Manta's going to be the choice here.
I'm worth so much more.
Like, do you go Manta on Jug now?
I mean, Seb just bought a Midas, so I don't know what you do. You just look at your tree and say, like, all right, when are we winning this, guys? Should I go Midas too?
When you look at the net worth breakdown, and this is turning into 2 cores versus 1, almost 3. You know, the Clockwork's climbing, but the Doom is double the Oracle right now. So you've got a really farmed driver seat here. They're going to catch the Chen versus this over-farmed support Oracle, and Roger is still going to fall. Live for a second there.
Roger's giving away a couple free ones.
Yeah, but it honestly doesn't change the state of this game much, though.
It doesn't, but there's a real risk that he accidentally like baits in Iceberg or creates a follow-up kill. Like, there have been several times where I was worried that they were just going to see Iceberg lurking nearby because of that, and then that could be the real problem.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Jug is going to switch it up to that Manta. I think a smart choice. It always feels good as an offlaner when you can force the enemy carry into doing something based on, like, different than they were planning, you know? Like, he wanted SNY,
sure.
and it's like, all right, I bought Orchid, and he already has to buy a suboptimal item based on what his game plan was. And now General's so farmed, he's got the whole Aghanims done. We got overclocking now.
I just hope we make our way to the tree in Aghanims. Don't get to see that the eyes of the forest very often.
No, it's pretty good. He's not going to get it, though. He wants Lotus Orb Force Staff, so...
Oh, what? He just had it queued up. Oh, all right. I was looking while I talked about that, but fair enough. I like
there's the
Bloodstone.
Bloodstone.
And
Okay,
3 mangoes. He has 6 mangoes in his inventory. He has a plan.
He knows. Sox almost gets vision. Smoke does not get broken, though, actually. Doom leading the way. Rocket Flare scouts things out. There's the haunt. They might go in on the mid one. He gets doomed. Soxa dead immediately. Jakiro follows after, and this Jug will be a non-factor. Good overgrowth. That'll give Jug a second. But even through the healing ward, he falls. Always want to fly. Is not going to survive through it all, so they'll have to trade 1 for 4. No Tail, the lone survivor here on the Oracle. A disastrous fight for OG.
Vision Dota. That was painful, man. The flare sees a couple, instantly haunt, and then boom, doomed right away onto that Juggernaut. It looked like he had blinky gun onto him so fast. I actually have to check again.
What's also sad is that the Jakiro had the right idea, right? He's on the low ground here. He puts the ward up on the high ground. That should have scouted out Na'Vi, but they were all standing there smoked up, and the Jakiro didn't get close enough to pop any of the smokes. So there was that like false sense of security for OG where they made the right plays to set that up, but the Na'Vi smoke was just a step ahead.
Yeah, and the lead grows.
Oh, yeah. And now we're up to that single-digit win rate for OG, according to Dota Plus. It does not believe in the core Oracle either.
It's probably for the best for everyone, guys. Let's just all accept it. It's okay. Stop searching your game right now.
I'd love a post-game interview, though, of like, No Tail, what's the deal with this thing? Can you explain it to me? Because I'm an idiot. I don't get it.
He's like, yeah, I mean, it can snowball. It does a lot of nuke damage. It's really fun to play, and I want to play it. I think it's that simple.
All right.
You know, I've played Overthrow. I've seen how it can work.
Yeah. Is that really how pro players with elimination on the line think? I mean, Oracle's fun to play.
And once you've won two TIs, they do.
I see. Okay. Well, that is something I cannot relate to, so.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You know, it turns out not a lot of people can. I would say, but merely a handful.
Iceberg. Oh, this could be a good initiation. OG starting things off, but the all-heal Iceberg lives. They couldn't even kill him. He's got too much damn armor, and that tower actually helping him out. Now they're going to try to turn onto the Jug. He gets off the spin. That's his big reset. OG in trouble, though. They need to get out of here. I don't think they can take this fight. V-Tune in the front lines. He's getting brought down a little bit low, but there's the haunt. Chen, too far in. Roger gives him a freebie. Now the Doom comes out on Jug. They've lost Sox, and now it's starting to turn. Buyback onto Sox, but his teammates are in big trouble. No Tail getting ripped apart inside of the cogs. Mid one just pops as the false promise ends, and Seb will be left behind. Iceberg and B-Tune still survive. It's a full 5-man wipe. And the man that started it all, Iceberg, still alive. He does have Shivas and Assault Kuros, so Omni Slash not super effective against the Doom. I'll be real with you.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah. I mean, they tried to force the fight when Doom was down. It did happen then eventually.
That was a good call. I mean,
the second Doom came up, he doomed mid one, though. That's just pretty depressing.
It looked like a good opportunity. At first glance, I thought that catch was going to be
General.
on point.
He wants it. He's got Ags. He's got Orchid.
He's got everything. He's got the overclock. Easy peasy. Cogs come down. They'll kill him through the invisibility.
Yeah.
Oh, or will they? Is the invisibility enough? Actually, he couldn't get off the Orchid. General, now he's going to get turned on. Lassoed in. All heal from Chen. I don't know if that'll be enough. General going down quick, and he is dead. Wow, Sox. Great bait, buddy.
Amazing invis. That was weird.
Good use of the Glimmer Cape, I guess.
Yes, there you go. Quality Glimmer Cape usage. That's what we'll go with. Yeah.
I mean, that is what saved him, so.
Very big brain. Who could have thought of such a play?
Well done, Harry Potter. You put on the cloak. Now Roche, no clockwork. They don't know that he doesn't have buyback. Short gold.
Well, it's another instance where there's no Doom for 30 seconds.
And no Haunt either. Down for 15. They don't kill Roche that fast, though. That's what's a little scary about this. And now the Soulbind, these squishy supports taking a lot of damage. Spectre jumps in. They're killing Soxa quickly. There is nothing slowing down B-Tune right now. The Ice Path comes out. Now the Omni Slash starts bouncing. It does hit Spectre, but Haunt flies, and the Omni gets mitigated at least a little bit. They still haven't found a single kill as now the Oracle dies. Inside the pit, nice stun from the Inkswell onto the Jug, and now he's going to be out of options. Mid one is down, and OG get punished hard for this aggressive movement into the Roche pit. And that hands Aegis Cheese over to the Spectre and Doom.
That's 2 in a row where he can't even get the Bloodstone off. I guess he just figures it's not going to save him either time in those fights. Fresh fertilizer. Yeah, that's that would be you guys indeed there, Seb.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now the push mid, 35 to 15. Navi. Second pick Spectre.
Dire's middle tower
Getting much closer to eliminating OG here from Dota Pit Season 3. Fly to Moon, now Navi. Making their org proud so far with this run in Dota Pit.
Radiant structures are
Yeah, super impressive stuff.
These are some big wins, Trent.
For CIS, I mean, we have Navi winning this. We had VP Prodigy earlier looking great as well.
Oh, Lasso, they catch the clockwork. Nice Soulbind to try to counterplay, but General, I think he's all right. You guys got the barracks. If I'm the only one that dies here, we're okay. Save V-Tune. Still got a ton of time on Aegis. Locked down for 45. They're going to stick around. Doom onto mid one. Clockwork buys back. Saved for now by the false promise, but they've got a lot of damage. And I'm pretty sure mid one is going to pop. No, he didn't live. He didn't die. He does live. Still doomed. Getting saved by No Tail. Now the healing ward comes down. The Chakiro's going to fall again, and now No Tail's stuck on the low ground outside of the base. No false promise for himself. Spectre able to walk right in. Now Soxa locked down and in trouble in mid one. Basically the lone defender. It was a nice save. I thought mid one was dead there for sure, but instead all of his teammates died.
Instead, the game's just over as they use the well to kill him via
Dire's
dispersion.
middle barracks are under attack.
Big brain stuff. 5 dead, no buybacks, and GG is called. Congratulations to Navi after a dominant performance here in Game 3. OG, unfortunately, eliminated here in Round 2 of the lower bracket.
I'll tell you what happens when Navi starts winning, guys. The Navi fans are back.
Divide.
Seriously vanish away to all these other orgs, but yet they eventually return.
They're back,
Once a
baby.
couple big wins happen. Welcome back to the wagon, ladies and gentlemen. Hop on, get your gold and black, and start cheering for an old dog of the scene. Someone who's been there, salty old one. There, you just give it a little pat on the head every time it comes home. It's like, oh, yes, good Navi. You won another series. We'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah. Well, the Oracle did a
Amazing
decent
stuff in
amount
this
of
roster.
damage. Yeah, 18k damage on the Oracle, so at least had some presence.